I thought the point was to prevent me from turning into a Hulk.
The triggers are anger and fear.
Those are like the baseline of any woman just existing.
All right, then, let's try this.
Kind of feels like if I don't transform, I'm gonna die. You have a plan B for that?
Nope.
You normally use this chamber for you psychopath!
Hey, I'm Derek,
And I'm Noah, and you're listening to A Bite of.
where we take our current favorite pop culture obsession and enjoy it one nibble at a time.
Yay! New nibble, new season. It's green, it's giant, it's She-Hulk,
It's Shulky!
it's Jen Walters. What's also new is our episodes are on a different day because they decided to move the shows to a different day, and we work. And that's how this works.
So we're kind of going, well, no, we've never released it. It used to be Mondays, right? We used to release them?
Yeah, because they came out on Fridays,
Yeah.
and then they went on Wednesdays, and now they're on Thursdays. So stop it, for the love of God.
You know, when you just think you have something down, you're like, we're in the rhythm. And then the Disney Plus Marvel people are like, guess what? We're changing it on you.
It like makes sense from a business standpoint, but from our purposes, they shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, how dare?
Yeah.
How dare?
But speaking of how dare you not be following us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at A Bite of Pod? Also, how dare if you don't support? No, I'm just kidding. You can support us if you like the show. We have a Patreon. Got all that stuff, bonus content, all that bonus stuff. Did I
Yeah,
say
we're-
bonus enough?
Bonus. I like that word, though. That's a fun word.
Okay. And then last but not least, if you like us, if you like this episode, leave some stars and a review. That's it. That's all in the description below, wherever you're listening to stuff.
We
Go
don't
do that.
give you a lot of homework.
Just all those things.
Just all those things.
All three of those things. Give us your money, give us your stars, and give us your attention. And we'll love you.
Wow, we sound like everyone else. Give us your money and your stars.
No, you can keep it. It's fine.
No, but give us the stars.
Yeah.
Give us some stars.
There is no looking back before we go forward. The only thing I will mention is listen to our Before You Watch She-Hulk, because we kind of talk about the comic book counterparts and also some movie tie-in stuff
Yeah.
to get you ready. It's a good primer. It's a good appetizer
that
before
way-
you take a bite.
Oh, lovely. And a pair of teeth. That way you're not like, who's that? What's their name? I never heard of them before. Actually, if you listen to the episode, you're going, I know who that is. Fourth wall breaks. How fun. That's her cousin.
But will we remember? Jury is still out on that.
Well, yeah.
Get it? It's a law show.
Overruled.
All right, before we get into too
Evidence.
many more puns of the courtroom.
We have a whole season of them.
Yeah. Big, massive green spoiler alert.
Do it like in a Hulk voice.
Spoiler alert. I'm sorry, guys.
Working on those. All
Wake
right.
up if it's the morning.
Let us officially take a bite of She-Hulk Attorney at Law, Episode 1, A Normal Amount of Rage.
It's healthy. It's completely healthy. We open this show with what I thought was her talking to us, but really, she was talking to a paralegal and another lawyer.
Surprise, not doing those fourth wall breaks just yet.
Yeah, but very, very soon. We get this kind of opening narration. What is the responsibility of those with power? Do they merely have an obligation to refrain from the misuse of that power, or do they have a duty to protect those without it? I mean, both. I would say it's very much like a Spider-Man. Those with great power comes great responsibility, but it's like phrased in such like a lawyery way.
And I think that's right. That is sort of the through line of the show is we can all be heroes in the ways that we know how.
Aww.
And for Jen, it is lawyering.
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 Yes, so she's practicing this closing argument for a case in front of her BFF, Nikki, which is also a paralegal.
Paralegal.
And then Dennis. We don't care about Dennis. At first, I was like, whatever, he's fine. He's going to be a throwaway character. But then he gets a little like misogynistic in the end. And I was like, no, thanks.
Right. Here we go again, illustrating the point of the show.
Here we go again.
Here we go around again. That's RuPaul.
How many songs have we ever got? Anyway, quite a bit.
Again, men mansplaining, thinking they're better just because she's a woman.
Yeah. Anybody that's explaining to you how to do your field of expertise is no bueno. Not good.
Get out of my office, Dennis.
Get out. But then we get this interesting thing from Nikki.
Mhm.
And she was like, just Hulk out. And it's like, oh, so she knows. So we're like past the origin part of this, like at least in this part of the show. And then she talks to us and says, it's true, I am a Hulk. And then she's like, to explain all of this, let me look back before you go forward. She pulled an us.
Yeah. I need to. Oh, she said before you watch.
No, she said, I'm guessing you're not able to focus on the fun lawyer show until.
It's not Ally McBeal until you know that it's Ally
Yeah.
McCall. So my question is, for the fourth wall breaks.
Yeah.
Who is she talking to?
Us.
But
She knows.
she knows that they're on a TV show?
Well, I don't know the extent of that, but if it's like the comic, she knows she's in a comic. So I would assume she would know that she's in a cinematic universe.
But now, okay, so let's take it another level deeper.
No.
In the comic, she knows she's a comic. So if in the show she knows she's a show, does she know that she's actually Tatiana Maslany?
No, she doesn't exist to her because she is her. I have no idea. I don't know how it works.
Spooky.
It's almost like if you look too much into a fourth wall break, it's like, so you know that I'm reading you, but is your universe still real? But you
Right.
just know that it's also being narrated in a comic. I don't know. I don't know how
Is
it
this
works.
the TVA? What's happening?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, God.
I will say though, the way that Tatiana Maslany looks at the camera, it does feel like she's looking.
Yeah,
Something about her eyes.
Because she's because they usually don't look at the
They're
camera.
focused right on your brain.
Yeah, she's
Even when they do confessionals and reality shows, they're always at an angle.
because they're reading a script. It's all fake.
No, they're talking to a producer.
Oh, probably, yeah.
But in this, Jen Walters is talking to us.
Yes.
But really talking to us.
Okay.
She's in the living room.
Yeah, no. So how did you feel about this episode? Before we go to the little flashbacky thing, I just wanted to get that part out of the way. So what did you feel? How did you feel? Who are
Okay.
you?
5:30 a.m. viewing.
Okay.
I thought it was good.
True.
Second time around, I caught more of the humor and I enjoyed it a little more. I kind of like the lighter side. I think that's sort of why I liked Hawkeye a lot. It had a lot of comedy in it. Kate was really funny, and I feel like we're even getting more sitcom-y action.
Yeah,
in
they
this.
they promised that, and it does feel like they're tipping that way. I feel like this episode may not be the best judge of it, just because it is setting it up. You know, we have to explain her powers and everything like that. But
Mm.
I hope to see more of it. Like I felt like
Yeah.
the courtroom scene was very much
Yeah.
that. So
And-
I'm looking forward to
And
it.
I think like Hulk isn't the funniest guy, so you're not going to get a lot of humor from him.
Mm.
Whereas in future episodes with her actual cast,
Oh
it
yeah.
might be funnier.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty solid first episode. Like, do I think that they should have released 2 episodes? Maybe, just personally,
Mm-hmm.
just to get more of a feel of like, of
What
it.
the show will be.
Right. I thought it was good, but I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I just wanted just a little more peek, because there's also 9 episodes, 8 episodes.
Mhm.
We're going all the way until September with this, guys. So like,
Probably go into October.
yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, because that's how weeks work, and that's comes out once a week. So October. That's what I meant. I thought September came after October, and it's
Also, it is the end of August, which is scary.
yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited for it. I think that I didn't unlike it, and I enjoyed it. I love Tatiana. I mean, I think
Yeah.
that regardless if like she didn't get to really be as funny as like they were promising, like a comedy, her like charm and charisma was just through the roof.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a reason why she won so many Emmys. Come on, she's great.
Well, you know, the whole controversy with that, right, is that she wasn't initially nominated for them,
Oh yeah.
and then people petitioned, and then she won.
Oh,
Because,
I thought
hello.
you were gonna say they nominated the clones.
Oh my God. Allison got one.
No.
We just went over this the other day. Helena.
There's 17 of them.
Helena.
I can't remember their names.
We both watched only to a certain point, so neither of us have finished Orphan Black. So for those who have, comment below, should we continue?
Watch, now we're gonna lose listeners because they're like, how dare you? But yeah, so now So we'll just get more into it because I think we're tipping in like talking about the entire
We're at
show.
the end of our
anyway.
episode already.
Yeah, so I did like how they did this, where they kind of introduced you a little bit, and then to get that more fourth wall-y sitcom-y thing, they're like, let's just take a look back or whatever. So Jen and Bruce are on a road trip. Very nice. After the dust settled, after Endgame and everything, and some time went by, he's able to go on a road trip with his cousin, which is very sweet. We do get kind of an answer. So we saw in Shang-Chi, the post-credit scene, like some device on Bruce's arm.
The inhibitor.
Yeah, and he had the sling, obviously, because of the gauntlet hand after the snap.
Ow.
So we now know that it was an inhibitor so he could stay in Banner form and not Hulk form while he's healing his arm.
Ouch.
So that's nice. That's cool. I love that Jen doesn't give a shit. And she just goes straight into her theories and conspiracy theories about how Captain America is a virgin and died one.
She's like, let's get to the important stuff. Look, if you're my cousin, this is what we need to talk about. Who's cat boinking?
Do you understand that if I had a cousin that was an Avenger, oh my God, I would ask so many questions. Like, what do they eat? What do they really like?
They eat unicorn dust.
Is his butt really that big of a deal?
It's America's ass.
Yeah. Well, right.
You have the pin.
I just love that she also drops that there is like History Channel documentaries.
Yes, I love that.
About Steve. And I'm like, it's so weird to be getting the stuff in the Disney Plus shows where it's like there's musicals and there's podcasts and there's all this stuff. It's like, oh yeah, I guess that's how it would work.
They exist in that world.
It's just an extra layer we've never seen in this stuff before.
And I think, again, bringing the veterans into these Disney Plus shows, it shows you a different side of them. And just throughout this episode, hearing Hulk talk about his relationship with Steve, with Tony, it's not the things that happened in the movies. It's the things that happened when the movies weren't happening.
Yeah, hanging out.
When they were hanging out, getting to know each other.
It was years too, so it does make sense, I guess.
Right, and it like makes more sense in the solidity of their relationships.
You're
That's
going
not
big
right.
words there.
But you know what I mean? Like
it solidifies their relationship.
Yeah, it makes them more. It rounds them out more, makes them more real.
Gives them depth. Somebody would say. So enter a Sakaar courier ship, Class A. I think he said Class 1.
Pause. What's a car?
Derek. Derek. You saw Thor Ragnarok.
He did. Did you hear how he said my name? That's when I know it's bad. When he goes into the Midwestern.
It
Derek.
It was the whole setting for the movie.
Listen,
where the Grandmaster was.
It came out a while ago.
I know.
We watched Dark World instead of that one.
Well, yeah. That's where Ragnarok took place.
Thank you. That's all he had to say. Right, everyone? That's all he had to say.
Anyway.
Instead, he admonished me.
The ship is just like the Grandmaster, so it's like, and also he said it. So, but the big question is why? Why what were they trying to give him a message to?
So wait a minute.
What is the message? That's the correct sentence.
The Sakaarian ship comes down, watches them peel off the road and go down into a ravine, and then flies away?
Yeah.
And doesn't deliver the message.
Because maybe they were like, oh, oops, I guess the person I was supposed to give the message to died. Job done. And then just leave.
Sheesh.
Or what if, hear me out. What if he did get the message? But we don't know.
Oh, that's true. She does go running off into the distance.
She does like a whole, I don't know why it reminded me of Twilight so much, but it felt very like werewolfish for her to like just run off and like, ah!
Werewolfian?
To run off in the forest. It was like, okay, bye.
I'm picturing Bella riding on the back of Edward.
Stop. I don't want to talk about spider monkey stuff. I don't.
You brought up Twilight.
Yeah, but that was it. Even though that's where this all started. So she gets her powers just like her origin in the comics. Blood. Bruce's blood. A lot of blood.
Bruce blood.
Which doesn't help that we just talked about Twilight. But blood is involved in this. Car accident. She gets cut trying to get out of the car. Then she has to help Bruce. And Bruce is like, no, my blood. The inhibitor. Blah. It gets inside of her. And she immediately changes. She's just like, bleh.
They got that gamma loving DNA. Gonna twist it and make them green.
I really like how they showed her first transformation was in the reflection of the car.
Yeah, we don't get a clear picture.
It
of
was really cool. I like the POV hand changing. It was just a cool scene.
Also, I want to say Jen is a badass. Okay, goes flying off a ravine, crawls out of the upside down car, goes to the other side, rips the door open to
Yeah.
get her cousin out.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. She's got that hero in her already.
That they teach her at law school how to do that.
She a badass.
She is a badass.
That's why she's deputy district attorney.
Yeah. So Jen wakes up. I love this whole scene. For some reason, like I feel like it could be very much a forgotten scene, but I'm here to remind you that I like this scene.
It's our job.
Yeah, she wakes up, she's human again. She looks not great.
To be human again.
Do you know
song from Beauty and the Beast?
I know. Do you know the name of the bar
No.
that was there? Ideal Sports Bar. I just like it.
It's
just
literally because in the script they wrote an ideal sports bar.
Yeah. And so the set designers were just like, it's an ideal sports bar.
Ideal sports bar.
I made that. I will say it's very packed for a sports bar, but I'm not one to judge.
I mean, so we don't know where they were road tripping, just maybe
No.
a small town somewhere, and that's the big night out place.
Well, they were maybe going to Mexico. I don't know where they were driving from, but
I
that
don't
just
know
happened.
either.
Also, I don't know how far Jen ran. They can run very far, these Hulks.
Oh, quite big steps.
Very far. She goes into the bar and Easter egg alert, I spy on the wall a Miss Marvel symbol, which I thought was cool. I'm like, yay, we're seeing there's fans of Miss Marvel in the universe already. But I don't know when. I feel like they're just saying ambiguously when these shows take place because they can do this stuff. Because I don't know when this takes place as opposed to Miss Marvel. I'm not sure.
I think at a certain point,
You know.
we just they just don't want us to care anymore.
Well, they're making movies and shows for the wrong people because we care.
They said it's phrase 4.
Yeah.
And we're like, we're in phrase 4.
I'm not sure what phrase 4 is, but we're here in it.
The true fans know.
Yeah. So there's like a group of badass queens that come into this bathroom to help Jen because she's
Mhm.
bloody, she's dirty, her clothes are ripped, she looks scared, she has no shoes on. Disgusting. She's in a bar without shoes on.
I like that they don't ask questions. They're like, we're just here to help.
Yeah, in a flurry of like makeup, hairspray,
Shoes.
sparkly like sandal platforms. I don't know what kind but they had them. They were just like, here, have my shoes. Amazing. I
Yeah.
loved it. I was like, yes, you help your fellow person out. Love it. But then we get a very polar opposite scene.
Jerks.
She calls Bruce to come pick her up and she's waiting outside. And this is very much like the scene in Captain Marvel where she's on the motorcycle, she stops at a place and the guy's like, there's a smile, I'm hitting on you, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't want it. Same thing happens here. These dudes start hitting on her. She clearly doesn't want it. She says that her boyfriend's coming, even though she's lying. She's walking away from you. You do not walk towards somebody.
They say, quote unquote, just trying to be nice. You know, it'd be nice if you left me alone.
Yeah, if you fucked the fuck off,
Bitch,
sir.
coming up in here at the Ideal Sports Bar. I don't need this.
This isn't ideal for me.
This is not sports.
So she, because she's a Hulk now,
Hulk's
hulked out. Yeah. And then she screams at them, is about to go after him, which I was like, go do it. But Bruce, of course, gets there and tackles her. Bleh. So we didn't get that, but it's fine.
Thanks for nothing, Spruce.
Yeah. So wakes up in a very beautiful beach house.
I love that when she wakes up, she has glitter
Yeah.
on her eyes from the makeup.
It's
on her.
amazing. She puts on a Led Zeppelin shirt, which right away when I saw that, I was like, that's interesting. The only person in the MCU that has band shirts is Tony, which we find out that this place is very much Tony's making and everything, which was like, oh, because in Thor Ragnarok, just to refresh some people's memories,
Who?
when Bruce turns into Bruce from Hulk, he wears one of Iron Man's music shirts. So it's like, oh, okay. Call him back to
It
that.
was his bestie.
Yeah. So Bruce is now Smart Hulk again, which I'm not too sure I'm okay with that name, but it's fine.
Smulk.
It's Professor Hulk, but it's fine. I'm not going to get
Oh.
nerdy with it. Apparently
Too
Jen's blood is the same as his. There's something in their DNA that helps synthesize the irradiated blood from the gamma.
Who are their parents?
I mean, apparently just mutants.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because, again, there's something in their blood. We just found out that Ms. Marvel had something in their blood. Are these mutants all along? No, I'm just kidding. I hope not.
Mephisto.
Yeah. We also get a shot of a broken, like, Tony Stark helmet.
Yeah, an Iron Man helmet.
It was black and
Gold.
gold or silver. I felt like the whole place was
Metallic.
like a tanny color, so I couldn't tell like what
It's
color.
The beach.
It did look like the Iron Army from like Ultron. You know how he made all those like robotic suits. It kind of looked like that, but I don't know why Bruce would have that particular helmet. Anyway, it's just like a museum of sadness.
A
Apparently,
memento of his friend who's passed.
he's lost everybody in an intergalactic war, and it's sad.
He just meditates on the beach.
Yeah. So he destroys their blood sample because apparently one drop of blood can make your head either go really big.
All the lasers. He uses
Yeah.
all of the lasers.
There was like 50 million lasers in there. Yeah. It's insane.
A fun fact that we learn about her blood is that he used her blood to heal the wound on his arm. So
Yeah.
her blood is better than his blood.
Better blood, Gen blood.
And he's like, it's different. And she's like, in a better way.
Yeah.
So there's something like more supreme about Jen's blood
Yeah, I guess so.
than Bruce's.
I mean, she does have kind of like some extra powers that he does. The whole fourth wall breaking.
Right, can
so,
see through pages and cameras.
oh, I was like, X-ray vision, but only those things. I
Fourth
got
wall
what you
break.
mean. Yeah, I got what you mean. Because she doesn't fourth wall break until she's the Hulk. So
Right.
it just makes sense that it goes with her gamma irradiated blood. Over pancakes, we find out that not only did Bruce for 15 years work on merging his Hulk self and Banner self together, but he also made a binder that Leslie Knope would love because it's massive.
The only thing that you would have loved more if it was waffles instead of pancakes.
True.
But it is a multi-year journey,
15 years.
15 years, that he has made into a syllabus that he expects Jen to follow until she's, 40, 50, something
Spoiler.
years
She hates it.
old. Over it.
She doesn't like it.
She doesn't have time for any of this
No,
nonsense.
no. Also, when he said that, my 15-year blah, 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 I was like, what? Oh, shit. It has been that long since Edward Norton, in MCU time, obviously, was the Hulk. I mean, give or take like 5 years, but that's how long it's been. That's insane.
Raging monster to smart Hulk. Takes a long time.
It does take a long time, and I'm here for it. It's part of Hulk's journey. It's been his journey in the comics. It's been his journey in the movies. I like this growth.
Mm.
I'm sorry. I'm not the type of person that wants to watch an entire movie of Hulk just be like, Betty, and then smash, smash, smash. It's cool to see it, but like, he can't talk.
I'm with you.
He can't do anything.
Where's
Right.
the narrative?
Right. I don't want other people doing the narrative.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Listen, he synthesized that journey into a very helpful self-help book,
Yeah.
which I think once he's ready to retire from superhero-dom,
Book deal.
book deal, and also he's leading the retreats, people.
Oh, yeah.
You go down to his place in Mexico. He cooks you pancakes.
Unlimited alcohol, apparently.
Unlimited.
Yeah.
And then if you knock down the bar, you have to help him build the bar.
Yeah. It's completely there for parties. Airbnb, it's about $10,000 a night. It's fine.
He'll be good.
Yeah.
Listen, I'd go if I could afford it.
Yeah.
But I think it has to be for people who are dealing with some super things happening in their lives. It's not just for your run-of-the-mill yogi.
It's definitely a group expedition,
Yeah.
for sure.
You want to get led by the Hulk through inner peace.
So it would not be an origin story or an MCU. Oh my
An
God.
Emmy-winning property.
MCU superhero origin without a training
Training
montage. We love him. We love him. This one was fun. It was a little short, but it was fun. I thought it had some really good moments. He closes. I liked this. He puts Jen in a literal glass of emotions.
A
Meaning-
razor chamber.
Yeah, meaning buzzsaws on the wall.
Yes.
To like test her hulking out and everything, which does happen. But then we find out she's completely herself. She didn't have to merge anything. It's just she's just who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she breaks a multi-million-dollar razor chamber.
That's his fault. He
Shouldn't
didn't listen
have
to
put
her.
her in there.
He didn't listen to her.
No.
No.
But then he's like, He's like, hey, whoa.
Yeah.
And she's like, why are you talking to me like a stray horse?
I thought that was so funny, and I really wanted him to say the sun is getting real low, just like Black Widow would say to him to calm him down. And I was like, I was waiting for it, and it didn't happen.
They said, listen, we've already made you sad about Tony. We've already made you sad about Steve. We can't add a third one.
I would really appreciate them making you sad about Black Widow more than just once since she died. I'm just gonna put that out there. Come on.
We have Yelena in the series to do that for us.
There's only one property we got it, and it's Hawkeye. And come on. Where are the Black Widow fans?
Question also, where is Yelena?
Well, she's
doing things with things.
She's making macaroni and cheese with hot sauce.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I mean, we know she's going to be in the Thunderbolt, so I'm super excited to see how she actually gets in that.
She's going to be so baller. Anyway, sorry, I digress.
Yeah. So we also find out that part of this Hulkness, so she skipped Hulk 101. She is already merged, and she's fully Jen while she is also Hulk.
So one of the things I appreciated most is that even though a Hulk, when they Hulk out, leans towards violence, Bruce has found out the key to it all is dialectical behavior therapy or yoga on the beach.
Or DBT.
DBT, not DBZ, not Dragon Ball Z.
No.
Not Goku,
No.
not Super Saiyan.
No. No monkeys. No,
So
thank you.
numerous times he tries to get Jen to sit down, cross your legs, come to a comfortable seated position, close your eyes and listen to the sounds around you. Don't judge them. Listen to the waves crashing. I'm using my yoga voice. I'm leading you into it. She's not feeling it, though.
I 100% would not either. She's
Yeah,
supposed to be at work.
Look, before I injured my back, I was a yoga instructor, and I tried to lead Noah through a couple of yoga sessions. He did not like it.
Okay. I feel like I've talked about this already sometime. Was it on here?
I don't think so.
Was it with friends? Probably. I don't know. I need to know why. What's the name? What does this do? Will it hurt afterwards? How long do I have to stay like this?
The whole point, one of the largest things
No.
of yoga is just letting it go, letting it be, accepting the moment as it is.
Nay.
Nope, didn't work.
No. I
It
mean, it's
didn't
fine.
work.
Everybody can DBT how they want,
Hey,
and it's fine. But the funner side of this training montage, air horns, boulder throwing, wardrobe tips, spandex
Yes.
is your best friend, and Hulk yoga.
I feel like we learned some key things here that you need to reinforce your furniture.
Yep.
Spandex is your best friend, and balance is key.
I guess.
Don't hate on balance.
I'm not. She was very good at it. Again, she's very agile. She could stand on her hands while also putting her legs forward.
Yeah,
Is that a yoga move?
I don't think so. That's more of just a strength thing. At least not for my yoga.
I do like, I did want to say that I like the, I was going to say sibling, cousin dynamic between the two. I thought it was very natural for them.
Yeah,
It's almost sibling, but it's like they can be a little rougher with each other because they don't have
Totally.
mom and dad to like.
Right. I think it's funny in they definitely did a better job in the show of showing their relationship as cousins. Whereas in the comic, the first one from 1980,
Oh my
when
God.
he walks into the room, she throws her arms around him as if he is a long lost beau.
Yeah, it's very dramatic.
Yeah.
Oh, you've been gone for fortnight.
Doc, there you are, Doc. I've missed
yeah.
you, Doc.
I didn't mention that in the before you watch, but I hate that
You're
she
the
calls him
only
Doc.
one that calls me Doc.
Okay,
Woo!
it's getting weird.
Sassy.
So the training montage ends with a drink off at the bar that Bruce and Tony built. R.I.P. There's a BB plus TS carved into the bar, which is really sweet. I stand the shipping relation. No, I'm just kidding. But it is really
Ooh,
cute.
What happened at the cabana? Sorry, Pep.
No, how dare. It is cute, and it's kind of, it's interesting that they even built a bar. Like, was this at the point where Tony was really dealing with his drinking problem, or?
Well, he said Tony mostly stood around and drank and complained about Steve.
Okay, so then yeah, he was. Yeah, it's when he was drinking heavily. Which, hey, kudos for you being like, I'm going to build a bar, and then you did it because I can't build a bar. So
No, but I also think building a bar is a lot easier when you're a Hulk because you can lift things very easily.
True. The later half of this episode is very much about what it means for Jen to be a Hulk, because Hulk, Bruce, only knows one way, and it's his way, because there is no other Hulks aside from Abomination, but
Right.
it's an abomination.
And also his way of being a Hulk is really not having control
Right.
over it. And the only way he comes out of being a Hulk is being blown up or thrown out of a plane, or so that's all he knows. So it's funny, they are struggling with different things. He can't understand how she could be dealing with it so easily, and she can't understand why she just can't go.
Right. Yeah. He was like, you're going to be a superhero. She's like, I'm not into the superheroingness. And he keeps pushing her with it. And he's like, who's going to protect the world if it isn't people like us? She just wants to do her job as a lawyer. Like, that was what she set her mind on. She's like, this is how I can help the world. I didn't want to be green.
Right.
I wanted to be this way. Which I will say, she was having fun being a Hulk from what it seemed like. So, I mean, it's bound to be easy for her.
Yeah, I think there's one thing of, okay, being a Hulk, I can deal with this, versus my cousin won't let me go home.
Right. Well, it's verging on kidnapping.
Work with me, Bruce.
Yeah.
Work with me here.
Yeah. I really like this particular kind of conversation because it goes into explaining almost what the very early comics was trying to explain, but it explained it so much better because, you know, women were writing this show as well. And she talks about how I'm great at controlling my anger. I do it all the time. I do it pretty much every day because if I don't, I get called emotional or difficult, or I might just literally get murdered.
That is the truth.
Yeah, it's true. And I mean, if that rubbed you the wrong way, then maybe she's speaking something to you.
Then maybe you're a misogynist.
Well, it's like I've been a very big advocate of, like, even before the show, where people are like, it's going to be anti-men just because there's a woman leading the show. Typically, it's not necessarily anti-men. It's anti-asshole.
Right. And
So-
if you have a problem with that, what's that saying about you?
Right. That's it. It's just like, just listen to her. She's talking about her experience.
Right.
I know it's fictional, but this is true. And this is what many women feel like.
This is what it feels like to be me. And you should listen and say, I'm sorry I never realized, I'll try and be better, rather than say, that's messed up. Why are you blaming it? Blah, 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 blah.
Right. Right. And it's interesting because this I feel like this is a big part on kind of explaining who She-Hulk is. And then the difference between Bruce and being a Hulk. He had to learn to master his rage. Jen is already at that moment because in a very male dominated society, he's never had to do that. In fact, most men are encouraged to fly off the handle almost, where women can't,
Right.
because then they're hysteria, or, you know, they had, you know, an episode. So it's like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Almost.
And
No,
again, just
100%. Not almost. I ended that
Almost.
weird. Yeah. That was just like a end of sentence
his filler
weirdness.
word.
Yeah.
in the beginning of the episode, we have Dennis telling her he could do it better. And even now, we have Bruce mansplaining to her
Yeah.
what it is to be a Hulk and what she has
Hulksplaining.
to do. Right. Schmulksplaining.
Schmucksplaining.
Like, and she's going, no, you're not listening to me. Listen to me.
She drives the point home so hard.
Into him
No.
with a Jeep.
Almost. Not yet. But she goes from being a Hulk back to Jen with ease. Like, she just showed him, like, yeah, I'm getting angry and turning into the Hulk, but I'm calming myself down because this is what I know how to do.
Right.
So in your face, Bruce.
Get here, Bruce.
There is very much like a little bit of like jealousy that I can see Bruce feeling a little bit. I don't blame him necessarily, but I feel like you need to have your listening ears on and not your Hulk smash ears on.
Very true.
Just saying. Also, you don't need those glasses.
I love those glasses.
It is really, I think he does do it to like signify, like, I'm smart Hulk right now.
Look what I'm wearing my glasses.
Yeah. So this conversation kind of pushes Jen over the Green Mountain a little bit, and she goes to leave in his Jeep, which I don't understand why his Jeep has such big seats. Was he driving it while he was Hulk? Probably.
Big Hulk, big seats.
Yeah, big Hulk, big seats. And she calls him out on his bullshit because he keeps trying to keep her there. And she tells him, like, you want me to live the same, like, isolated life you did, but I don't need to do that. And it would be nice, like, I mean, she would have him, but, like, she's already 15 years ahead of him as far as Hulk.
Right. And
Hulkness.
also she's giving him some daggers here. She's like,
she's not wrong, but
alone.
it's
You
right.
have no friends. You're
right.
isolating yourself. And he's just like, huh, huh, huh.
Yeah.
She's like, I have friends and a job. Okay.
But to balance the scales a little bit of like dagger throwing, he's also right when he's like, but you still don't understand your strength. Regardless if you can manage your anger, you don't know how to handle it, because if you do something wrong, you can level a whole building.
Doo-doo.
You do.
Do-do.
You could level the whole building that you're doing in.
Pooping.
Yeah. As a Hulk,
Big green poops.
is it green?
Are the poops green?
Everything's green.
I mean, I don't know.
If everything it showed me, green.
Can only imagine. Well, their tongues. Pink?
Yeah.
So maybe not everything.
Oh, okay. I was like, how does that correlate to poop?
No, you said everything's green. I'm like, well, is everything green?
Oh. Yeah, so they threw daggers at each other, and we get Hulk versus She-Hulk, the battle of the Hulks.
Cousin Hulk slap fight.
Yeah, it was more of like, siblings fighting.
Coconuts
almost.
to the head.
Yeah. Oh, it was I loved it. Coconuts to the head, clapping, surfboard throwing. It was so good. I loved the scene with the clapping because it's a very like signature Hulk move to do the big Hulk clap. Is it thunder clap? I believe there's a name for it. I can't remember.
Boop, 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 boop.
But stop it. When Jen tries to do it and she figures out how to do it, she looked like she was having the time of her life. It was like a kid figuring out a new toy, and she's like, oh, yeah.
Well, and there's something to be said there, right? Of her whole life, she's had to keep everything contained.
Right.
And be perfect or whatever. And now, oh, wait, she gets to have fun. She gets to let loose.
Yeah. I mean, hey, that's a good point. And that's probably what makes her come to terms with just being She-Hulk. She's like,
Right.
whoa, I don't have to. Okay, I could just be who I am.
Right.
Imagine. Imagine.
A world
So-
where people could be themselves.
So in their tussle, they destroy the bar. They rebuild the bar along with their relationship. Very sweet.
Aw.
Also, first fourth wall break that we
Yes.
see. She looked right at the camera.
And
So-
she like, whoa.
She kind of double takes, like, did I just do that? Also, who are you?
Right.
So it's not Fleabag, because like we don't really get too much on like why she's doing that. Like it is a fourth wall break, but it's like there's an extra layer with She-Hulk where it's like more of a, I don't know, something else going on.
Well, yeah. And Fleabag was sort of that. Like that signified her stopping herself
Separating
from getting
it.
into a relationship in
Right.
some way with someone.
It was like separating from the situation.
Right. Because she
Yeah.
couldn't get too close because she was afraid of getting hurt.
Right.
So Jen's isn't definitely that, but it might be in that same line.
It's like she can, I mean, I don't know how easily she can do it, but it's like, it's that, because I guess that's what I meant. So like Fleabag is like, she did it for a specific reason. She-Hulk can just do it, even when she's not Hulk. So
Sure.
she has powers outside of Hulkness. So Jen heads back, and I only wanted to point this particular scene out, not like I haven't pointed out every freaking scene, but when Bruce calls her fuzzball, apparently, according to Tatiana, in an interview, said that was completely ad-libbed. So Mark Ruffalo gave her a nickname just off the fly, and then they kept it.
She does have beautiful hair.
She does. Oh my God. When she's Hulk and when she's not Hulk,
Yeah.
beautiful. Beautiful hair.
So once she's had her 3-day intensive with Hulk in Mexico,
Was it 3?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. I was very curious about the time frame
I
because
don't
I'm
think
like,
it was very long.
if it was a month, I'd be like, oh, I need to go to work.
Well, so that's my thing is like, how long was her road trip vacation for?
Right.
Because knowing her, that's how long she was there.
Supposed to be there.
Right.
yeah.
That was her little calendar that she had going. So we meet her back in her office and she's like, okay, time for me to go win this case. As she's going to give her closing argument, whoops, who comes crashing through?
Oh, yeah.
Titania.
Yeah. I love the sitcom-y lawyer show when she like goes out of the room. Titania, though, the entrance, being the Kool-Aid man, coming in with like high femme disco wear. I loved it.
She's got
2
boots
seconds.
with tassels on them, like glittery ones?
I don't know. I didn't.
Stone?
I don't.
She's
I
got
don't
some
know.
leopard print.
Yeah.
What is happening?
It's a lot. I loved it head to toe. I loved her entrance. It was good. I loved her squaring up on her and being like, "Who are you?"
Well, that's the question. So Titania comes crashing into the courtroom, not knowing, like, she's not there for She-Hulk.
No.
What?
Yeah.
So why is she there?
I don't know. Maybe for the judge.
I guess we'll find
I
out.
have no idea.
Yeah, maybe or someone in the jury did her wrong. But Nikki looks at Jen and is like, hey, do you want to do your thing?
Yeah.
Maybe. And she's like, oh, I really like this suit. But Nikki reminds her to take her shoes off. And then she hulks out.
I mean, you have to save the shoes. The transformation scene was amazing. It was so good. It was very like, it seemed classic, but also obviously new because of technology. But it was neat. It reminded me very much of the Lou Ferrigno Hulk show. It was like, it was when the clothes popped, it was very much like, here comes Hulk. It was just a cool scene. I like that a lot.
So what you do is you wear your regular clothes on top of spandex.
Yeah. Which she does do in the comics.
and
She
it
wears her
seems
spandex underneath.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, except for that one solo Avengers one
Yeah.
where she had to get changed.
Oh my God. I hate that scene. Men are gross. We posted it on social media. You'll
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
Gross. Not Tatiana. Oh my God. I'm getting their names mixed up. Titania. She asks her who she is. And I love that she said Jennifer Walters, attorney at law. Oh, get him.
Name drop.
Get him.
Name drop.
It was so good. I'm very excited for the rest of this show. Let's just talk about the post-credit scene real quick and then wrap up this episode. We find out something that's been on all of our minds forever. No, I'm kidding.
I've literally never thought about this once.
I mean, I think I may have a few times only because he's like really the only one that had a love interest that got away from like just time, literal
Right.
time. But yeah, I never really thought about it. But apparently Jen cannot stop thinking about it. She goes so far to pretend she's drunk and then get Bruce to finally spill the beans that Cap did, in fact, lose his virginity on the US tour. USO tour. US tour. Same thing.
In the 40s.
Oh my God. He did. I'm really hoping it wasn't with Peter Quill, Star-Lord's grandmother, that we do see in the movie, because there was very much like a ooh look whenever they met. Oh my God.
So Peter Quill is actually Steve's
They
grandson.
can't. They wouldn't. No. No. Because then that would mean possibly the mom is his daughter. No. That doesn't. You
I don't know.
imagine?
I don't know. She's
Revelation.
A lawyer, she'll figure it out.
Revelation. Oh, yeah. They have to go to, Peter Quill has to go to court to figure out the parental
Yes,
DNA.
final episode of the season.
That's what I'm super excited about with the show. Not just for like, the fighting and the smashing and stuff, but to see what cases we get. I know that the writers and everything did say that they found out while doing the show that they're not particularly strong on long form, like court scenes, which is interesting to say. But I'm excited to see who's going to be the clients.
Do you think we're going to go right into Abomination in the next episode?
Possibly. I know Wong is one of the clients.
Mhm.
Abomination is definitely one of them. I don't know how Daredevil fits in. We know he's coming. He is another lawyer, so maybe they're like conflicting whatever, or maybe Matt
Comes
Murdock is
in.
in trouble and he can't represent himself. I don't know. We'll see. I'm very excited to see how all these people fit in. And apparently there's a lot more people that are going to show up, which makes sense for this kind of show
Yeah.
because she's going to support the superheroes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very excited. I'm very looking much forward to this. Optimistic.
I think that they have anything they want at play. And
Oh,
so
yeah.
they can kind of take it there, and I hope that they do take it there.
Ooh, give me those fourth wall breaks. How far is it going to go?
Who's going to show up? Who's she going to talk to?
What if she starts talking to the production team?
Oh my God, Kevin Feige is going to come out. He's like,
Well-
I'm making myself part of the MCU now.
No.
I'm Phrase 4.
We've really never had a reason to not like Kevin Feige. I don't want them to start.
He's going to try and Stan Lee himself.
No.
Not okay.
Only Stan Lee can Stan Lee himself.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited. We'll be back every Saturday to cover this and then other stuff.
All right. Should we get into this season's special segment?
Sure.
It's called Oh Lord. And that's LAW-D.
So it's Laud,
Lord.
but Lord.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I got it. It's
So-
when you say it like that, it just sounds like Lord, which is hilarious.
Does it? Lord.
Yes. Yes, I'm hearing it.
That's the point.
Yeah.
So I'm going to introduce you to some fun or silly laws that you might not know exist.
Not disturbing ones like you did with the Twilight Zone.
No,
For the love of God.
No. These are like, what? I can't believe that's a law type of thing. What's just as exciting as hearing objection in the courtroom?
Sustained.
No, hearing bingo in a church basement, of course.
Oh.
However, in North Carolina, they are making sure the excitement is regulated and ends at some point. Their
What?
Department of Public Safety is in charge of the state's bingo laws.
Okay. Okay.
They give out permits,
Uh-huh.
track prize value, and dictate how long a game of bingo is allowed to be.
Uh-huh.
According to the website, quote, licensed nonprofit agencies are allowed to operate no more than twice a week, with games being 48 hours apart and no longer than 5 hours per session.
Guys, it's not Monopoly. Literally, at our friend's bachelorette breakfast, they played bingo like 10 times and like 15 people won.
That's
In the
not
span.
allowed.
What?
Okay. But wait, it goes a step further.
Oh,
So
God.
when it comes to beach bingo, it
No.
goes on to say, quote,
What?
beach bingo games may lawfully be played for prizes of $10 or less, or merchandise that is not redeemable for cash and has a value of $10 or less.
What?
As of October 1st, 2016, an annual license is required to operate beach bingo business within North Carolina.
Well, I don't know what the fuck beach bingo is.
Bingo on the beach.
I was going to say beach bango.
Bingity bang bang.
Yeah, okay. Why is that different than in a
So,
inside?
so I think it all boils down to not
Dying from heat stroke.
Well, not wanting like gambling rings? Bingo gambling rings?
Well, we know North Carolina is like no stranger to weird laws, but like, I don't. $10 or less? Are you just
Yeah.
giving them like a beach ball, like an ice cream? I don't. That's not worth it. I would not play bingo on the beach
And
for less than $10.
I think it was this one. You have to pay to enter to play bingo.
But yet they'll only give you $10 or less.
Right. It's
No.
very bizarre. It's
No.
very weird. It's
I
like
hate this law. I hate it. It is the stupidest. This is what they're doing. This is what they're doing instead of helping people.
It's hilarious. Like on the website for their Department of Public Safety, it's like the bingo article, and then to the right, it's like a list of things, and it's alcohol law enforcement, be a responsible seller, bingo.
Stop. Is it? Hey, you listening to us? Comment below. If you're in North Carolina, do people really bingo that much? Like, is there a bonanza of bingo goers to where they had to make a bizarre law about bingo? Like,
I don't
please
know.
tell me.
I mean, I love some bingo.
I mean, I like the markers. That's all I.
Oh yeah.
That's all
Those
I
are
like
great.
of it. I hate the ones where you get those clear tiles.
Oh,
That's a mess.
those are sort of nostalgic for me, but I definitely like the
Ugh.
markers.
The markers are better. It's like,
Yeah,
That's
good
great.
colors too.
yeah. Have you ever walked into a bingo hall?
I've never been to like an official bingo game.
It is the weirdest experience because it's like going to a casino, but the sounds are weird. It's so intense. A lot more older people.
Why it needs to be regulated?
Yeah, but like they're fine. It's just older people, like just sitting there smacking markers on a piece of paper. It's fine.
Take it on the beach.
Leave them
Nuh-uh.
alone. Free the bingo.
Free the bingo.
Hashtag free the bingo.
Yeah, you can get like a misdemeanor charge if you don't follow the rules.
I'm putting up a change.org petition
Here we go.
to change this law.
Even though we live in New York.
I don't care. I don't care. I have family in North Carolina. Let's say I live there.
All right.
They don't
Wha-
care about that. There's
Look
no
out
law
for
for
that
that.
change.org. Keep an eye out.
This made me mad.
Apparently so.
I'm hulking out.
Oh no.
All right. Next week.
Go deal with that.
There better not be any more board game laws.
I don't know what I'll find. Don't
Goodbye.
batter me.
Goodbye.
Bye. Thanks for listening to A Bite Of, artwork and editing by our own Noah. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at A Bite Of Pod and on Facebook at A Bite Of. If you have questions, recommendations, or just want to say hi, you can email us at abiteofpod@gmail.com. You can find us on all podcast platforms. Please be sure to rate and review to spread the word. Hope you join us next time on A Bite Of. Bye!